So I'm joined by the one and only Dipti Tait. Yay, Dipti. Dipti's a hypnotherapist. She's an author. She's a dedicated mum. But I kind of think of her as more of a chum than a professional peer these days, because I'm over the years since I've known her, I've put a pin through her arm using hypnosis. I've given her nicknames, which is what mates do. Today I've dug out a tie that I've not worn in years as a kind of homage to her pinkness. And I've managed to persuade her to come and speak at this year's UK Hypnosis Convention, which I'm delighted about. Dipti, welcome.
Oh my God, that's the best intro ever. And I'm really liking your pink tie. I noticed that.
Thanks. It's the fine distinctions, I think. So you're going to be giving a 2-hour presentation on the Friday of the convention, really popular day at the moment, and it's entitled "Become a Free Flowing Hypnotic Detective." I love the sound of that. How to create unique language patterns on the spot. So just give us some broad ideas with regards to what people can expect when they attend this presentation.
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me to join in with this incredible conference, because I'm really, really excited about it. So a little bit, maybe it will help you to give you a little bit of a background about how I started doing this myself in the first place. Yeah. And then because I started doing it myself, how then I see the value for other people to do the same. Yeah. So, as you know, we're all hypnotherapists and we train, and, our schools give us language patterns to follow and scripts to read. And that's kind of how we start things, and we kind of get on with it. And sometimes we can learn the language patterns and we get kind of used to them, and we can just almost, subconsciously just say them. But what happened to me was quite early in my practice, I was going to a clinic far away from my house. And as I drove into Cheltenham, I suddenly thought, I don't think I've got my file of language patterns with me.
Oh no.
And then I was like, should I turn back and be late? And I don't do late, so that was not an option. Or should I just have to get on with it. And I think I had 7 clients booked in back to back, so there wasn't even a chance for me to go home and collect them. So literally I had to wing it. And that, to me, was the journey of my hypnotic detective discovery. So yeah, I had to literally do it from then onwards. And that's why I'm really passionate about helping other hypnotherapists kind of get away from the idea that they need the comfort blanket of their scripts or their language patterns, that they can actually use their client as the muse, really, to be able to do their job.
Yeah. I love the idea of that. So that's where the detective part comes in. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of Columbo. Okay, so I always, I talk often about being in assessment sometimes with clients and adopting a little bit of kind of Columbo-esque type kind of feigning befuddlement, just kind of, just kind of doing that thing. So it really appealed to me when I was reading that it's a hypnotic detective. So that is whereby you are detecting what's going on with the client and applying your knowledge and what you already know with regards to the language patterns accordingly.
And you're listening for those clues, because your client is giving you clues left, right, and center. So it's about recognizing how you can hear those clues, see those clues, get a sense of them. And your example of Columbo is brilliant, because he isn't the type of detective that you think, wow, he's the sharpest tool in the box, because he kind of looks like he's just hasn't got a clue. He looks like you think, where is he going with this? And actually, he manages to pull it out of the bag at the end, and that's the surprise. That's the genius part of him. I'm a bit like that as well, because people look at me and go, "She's got pink hair. What does she know? How do I take her seriously?" But then I'm, a bit like Columbo. I can pull it out of the bag. And I think that
yeah,
in itself,
He has a dirty Mac. You have pink hair.
yeah.
You know, but I love that. I love that. One of the things that people ask me about at conferences and conventions, because quite often, you know, I'm quite a kind of cerebral based lecturer, in as much as, you know, I like to talk about research and stuff like that. And people are always saying to me, well, you know, can you do some demos? Can you do some demos and some practical stuff? And your presentation is going to include demonstrations, right? Which I think is going to get people's juices flowing, and you're going to give some examples of what you do and how you work. Is that right?
Yes, because actually I think if you see what I do, it's really difficult for me to explain it. It becomes too theoretical and analytical. I'm actually not the best researcher. We are opposites in that way. Even though I understand neuroscience, I understand how the brain works, but I'm such a hands-on, practical, can I just show you what I'm doing instead of explaining what I'm doing? And then that way I feel that people get me better. And it's maybe my way of learning style. I'm much more of a kinesthetic learner than a you know, maybe a visual or auditory. Whereas, you know, at school I couldn't just read something and then regurgitate it. Just didn't happen for me.
Sure.
I wish I had YouTube when I was at school, because then I'd be like, you know, I'd be like a PhD by now, I think. But yeah, so the demos are really, really important to me. So what I will do is I will, you know, ask somebody from the audience if they want to be a demo, and then actually do it in front of everybody to show them what I'm listening for, what I'm looking for. But obviously beforehand, I'll explain my little crib sheet. You know, maybe everybody who's watching can do it with me, with that, you know, that kind of explanation in place. And so therefore it'll be quite a nice interactive, you know, session.
Great. A crib sheet and a demo. I mean, this is the perfect combination. I very often have, you know, I don't use scripts, but I very often have almost like a kind of mini agenda to make sure I don't forget stuff and to remind me of what it is that I'm doing. And people are then there's going to be some interaction at the end where people are going to be able to ask you some questions potentially, and you discuss some feedback and so on. So there's going to be some interaction as well, which I love the sound of. Because I think that this idea of you know, people feeling a need to be spoon-fed. You know, we have there's a lot of kind of purveyors within our field of protocols and step-by-step guides. So I think it's really freeing to be teaching people how to freestyle a little bit, how to rely upon themselves and trust themselves. And I'm guessing you're going to be kind of engendering a sense of people trusting themselves and knowing themselves and developing their confidence in their ability to apply themselves.
Can you imagine if everybody left that session just with a sense of understanding of they do know what to do, a bit like what we're doing for our clients. You know, that's exactly what we're doing and helping our clients get a sense of that understanding of their own internal potential and knowing. And, you know, so therefore free flow, even though it sounds quite ephemeral and it sounds like it has no direction or no purpose, but actually there is a kind of innate wisdom there, because you know, our subconscious mind, if we allow it to reveal our inner awareness and wisdom, it will. And so I guess there is that level of, actually, can we all practice what we're preaching? You know, that's why I'm really passionate about this, because imagine you get somewhere and you don't have your crib sheet, you don't have your scripts, you don't have your support in that way, but you're still able to do your job.
Yeah.
That's incredible, because we've got a brain. That's the tool, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Free-flowing trance requires, I guess, a few steps. And it's not that difficult once you get it. Once you get it, you just practice it, you know, and that's it.
Yeah. And you know, anybody attending, you know, I recommend that you take the opportunity to go and corner Dipti. Go and like find her, track her down, go and ask her stuff, you know, because you run, you know, I hope you don't mind me saying, you run an effective business. You are, you know, I've referred to you before as being, you know, the darling of breakfast TV, because
I love that.
you know, you've been there, and you do a lot of media stuff, and you're out there in the world, you know, rubbing shoulders with other spectacular human beings, and I really love that. And I think one of the things about conventions and conferences is it is having an opportunity to go and meet people such as yourself in real life, you know, become inspired, go and ask some questions, and see how these people are in real life, how they conduct themselves, how they conduct their businesses. Is it okay that I'm now giving people permission to go and harass you in that way?
I was actually wanting to harass other people because I wanted to be the learner of, you know, because there's so many amazing people.
That's a good example.
You know, you've got Anthony, you know, I'm so excited to meet him, and Freddie, you know, and just so many people that I've connected with already on social media, like the English sisters. I just think they're incredible.
Yeah, they are a force to be reckoned with as well.
I was like, whoa, double trouble.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many of the. I haven't even got to. I haven't even had time actually to watch all the videos, but you know, I've set aside a weekend and I'm going to go through them all. So I feel like I know people.
Yeah, the last couple of days have been a bit manic. They gradually start kind of. At the moment, we're all really enthusiastic about them. In the coming kind of days and weeks, they'll gradually kind of start being a bit more regimented, a bit more routine. So, so come and join Dipti for her comprehensive 2-hour presentation. All the details can be found at the website of the UK Hypnosis Convention. That's ukhypnosisconvention.co.uk. Dipti, thank you for joining me today. Can't wait to see you in November. You'll still be pink then, right?
I'm not sure, but
right. Okay. You're gonna have to email me and let me know so that I can get some corresponding tie wear.
Okay, it's a 15 wash in, wash out thing, so I think I might have to wash my hair more than 15 times.
Yeah, right. Okay. Dipti, thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you in November.
Thank you so much.